Good. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, friends. Hello. 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 Yay. Hello. Good morning. I just love how much chatter there is. I just had church before church, except it's not church. So I just had a 2 Peter God hit in a conversation here. It doesn't get much better than that you get to have a conversation with the 2 Peters. All right.
Where's Paul and Mary?
Where is Paul and Mary?
Where are?
Yes, where are they? Well, welcome to Unity of Fort Collins, folks. Do we have anybody who's new here today that would like a welcome packet plunked in your hand? There's waiting welcome packets ready for distribution. Anybody? All right. Anybody new online? I can't plunk one in your hands, but look at our website. And if you're checking us out online, actually, Peter Parneg's talk from 2 weeks ago has 270 hits on it. Woohoo! So, if you're one of the folks watching online, we love it that you're there, and you're welcome here in person anytime. And there's a trend in the world right now where flannel PJ bottoms are acceptable. So, all right. Our speaker today is Reverend Jim, and I have the pleasure of watching what happens. There's a synergy to what's happening what happens with our next talk. So the last 3 weeks have gone sort of boom, 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 and then Jim gets all inspired to bring it together. So what's happening in terms of momentum and synergy and God is that the messages come together. So looking forward to Jim today. He's talking about the birth of God in the soul. Our reader today is Kelly James, and our musicians are John Magny and the choir. Woohoo. In February, our youth and family ministry will focus on our values and character, and which define us and help us to find purpose, enabling us to take better responsibility for our choices. Prayer chaplain, she's there. I'm going to let the line go next so I don't step in it. Jim, hop up.
Hey, good morning. I'm Jim Weimer, and I'm the facilities coordinator. If you notice, we have blue curb stops out there for the handicap spots. So if you try to line your car up with those spots, we should get 6 vehicles in there and plenty of room to open the doors. Second thing, we're having photos of facilities team, and I don't really have a dedicated team per se with names, but if you want to get a picture taken as part of the facilities team, come in up after the service and be here. So thank you.
Good morning. I'm Kamina, and this is Barbara, and we are part of the Social Connections team. Yes, and Lil is our team leader. So we're up here to invite you
To join our team, and it's really easy, and it's a lot of fun. You don't have to come to the meetings if you're not a meeting person. We're going to have a lot of fun events, 5 this year. If you participate in one, that's fabulous. We are not giving you a demerit if you don't participate in all of them. We just want you to sign up. So Lil, myself, Kamina, Tamra, she's back there. You can come up to us and we can put you on, and Joellen as well. Thank you.
Thanks. And join.
I wanted to let you know about one event happening on the Social Connections team this Friday night. If you want to get ready for a good Valentine's Day weekend, come and see The Beautiful and Fantastic. It's not a love story, it just has a lot of love in it. 7 o'clock, and I got a whole new fresh bag of popcorn to pop.
Good morning. My name is Megara, and I'm the prayer chaplain today. So if you have a celebratory moment in time, come and let's do a prayer about gratitude, because I'm looking for good things right now. And if you have something that you're working on that you need a little extra help with, come on back and we can talk about that and pray about that too. See you in a bit.
I'm Kamina, and I'm still Kamina, and I would like to invite you Tuesday evening in the Roomy Room at 7 o'clock for our peace meditation. And if you're looking for some inner peace and also want to be part of the peace for the world, come join us. After the meditation, if you'd like to stay, then we also offer free pranic healing, which is energy healing. And if you have any questions, you can talk to me after the service. Thanks.
All right. I did the pranic healing last time. Oh my gosh. It's one thing to hear about it, and I actually got myself there and went, and I thought, oh no, this is awesome. So I liked it. We have a partnership with the Elephant Garden that is unfolding. So if any of you missed this last week, there's a whole serendipitous thing that's happened where Lil saw on Nextdoor Paulo, who was saying, we have an idea for a grant, but we need some property to create a community garden, which ended up going to me and Jim and the service team who reached out to Paulo and Carola. So it's this little thing. To make a long story short, Elephant Garden applied for a grant to the city of Fort Collins and received the grant for $50,000 to create a community garden in our back lot here. And we are beyond blessed. So Paulo's an expert in permaculture. Carola's an expert in mindfulness and teaching kids. They're both garden people. And there's a little juicy excitement about what could happen back there. So we're into the details like water and parking and all of those kinds of things. But Unity is not the grantee. We're leasing the land for $1 to Elephant Garden. So we're a partner, but we're in a supportive role to them. And this grant needs to actually get applied between now, so we'll see spring breaking ground. The thing has to be completed by next December. So this is a kind of process where the Elephant Garden is going to take place. And elephant is symbolic. They're Buddhists, Paulo and Carola, and parents of this darling little boy. But it's a combination of Buddhist kind of principles coming together with the elephant symbolizing the mind and creating a mindful kind of space in our weed lot back there. So how lucky are we? So there will be lots more information about the Elephant Garden, opportunities to volunteer. Corolla has relationships with the PSD, the library district. They have thoughts about having school field trips, PSD field trips to the Elephant Garden. I know there's a little bit of magic unfolding here, so woohoo. Yeah, and we're not in charge. That's the best thing. We get to participate. They're awesome, talented, lovely, competent folks. All right, that's it for me. Oh, bookshop.org. So we got I was going to say kickback, but that's the wrong word. A profit sharing from bookshop.org that was more than $700. So this bookshop.org thing is this profit share where Unity gets a 30% discount. Courtney will do a lot better job. Yeah, come say this right.
I was restocking the cups. Okay, sorry. Hi, I'm Courtney, and I'm one of the co-chairs of the Welcome Team. Bookshop.org was this amazing thing, another synchronistic thing that came our way. And they actually support independent bookstores all over the country. So like Firehouse Books actually participates with them as well. So anybody that goes to bookshop.org and then goes to our page, you do have to go to the Unity of Fort Collins page, and you shop there, and they have every genre. It's not just spiritual books. We get 30% back of any book that you buy. And then I thought it was once a year. Last year we got 2 profit sharing amounts for like $1,400 total for absolutely nothing. Like that was just profit share from their business and all the booksellers. So it's just this amazing, wonderful, synchronistic opportunity. So instead of the big A, go to bookshop.org instead of when you want to buy books.
Right. So one other synchronistic thing is we've got a guy who's interested in doing balance workshops for folks for whom balance is becoming more of an issue. Jeff Columby is a movement specialist, and he will share safe techniques to improve foot function and balance. There's a sign up, space is limited to 15 people, but there's no strings attached other than wanting to be helpful to people who are working on balance, which happens to all of us eventually. All right. Let's do our unity prayer. Our unity centers us in light and peace, allowing us to recognize our God within and to radiate that love to the world. Thanks, friends.
All right, good morning, everybody. Yeah, I got inspired by Elise last week. She just went and changed up the last song because she felt like it'd be a good thing to do. So I got this theme of I am the light of the world was really hitting me a couple of days ago, and I wrote a song about it from actually a Reverend Gary Davis is the one who said, just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of the world. So I got all these folks to just chance it and play it for the first time here. Let's try it. Just as long as I am in this world, I am light of the world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of the world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of the world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of the world. Well, I know. Oh, well, I know. Oh, well, I know. Well, I know that I'm going to heaven, gonna find my own way, 'cause I'm good friends with the Holy Spirit, and the angels gonna wrote my name. Just as long as I am in this world, oh yeah, I'm the light of the world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of the world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of the world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am. Oh yeah. Well, I know. Well, I know. Well, I know. Well, I know. Well, I know that I got salvation, and the only reason I am here is to take this little light of mine, shine it in the face of fear. Oh, just as long as I am in this world, the light of the world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of the world. In this world, I am the light of the world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of the world. Oh, the light of the world. Oh, the light of the world. The light of the world. The light of the
All right.
Thank you.
First performance in the history of the world of that song.
That's right. That's right.
Good morning. My reading is called Universal Consciousness. It is from a book called Open Mind by Diane Marie Child, and it begins with a Joy Harjo quote. Remember that you are this universe, and that this universe is you. Remember that all is in motion, is growing, is you. Each time I remember I belong to the universe, I receive enormous support and comfort. I forget the petty, selfish side of myself. I know that I'm not alone and separate from the whole universe. I don't remain stuck in my own perceptions, thoughts, and feelings. When I remember that the universe is my home, I feel blessed and want to extend this blessing to others. Playing with this phrase as a mantra or prayer is one way of extending our field of awareness. Try repeating this phrase 3 times when you get up in the morning, 3 times before each meal, and 3 times before you go to bed tonight. You may want to extend this practice for 3 days or 3 weeks. Notice how it feels in your body to remember that you are the universe, to remember that things are in motion, moving, and changing inside you. You might even play with bringing a movement to this phrase, touching your heart as you remember you are the universe, and extending your arms out from your heart, bringing the palms together in a prayer position, and then bringing them again to your heart. So I'm going to repeat this little quote and do the movements. Remember that you are this universe, and that this universe is you. Remember that all is in motion, is growing, is you. Remember that you are this universe, and that this universe is you. Remember that all is in motion, is growing, is you. Remember that you are this universe, and that this universe is you. Remember that all is in motion, is growing, is you.
We're gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. Way down by the riverside. Yeah, way down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. We'll be singing about love and joy. Way down by the riverside. Way down by the riverside. We'll be making a joyful noise. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more. Looking every day, looking every way for miracles to come my way. We're gonna stand up and stomp our feet down by the way down by the riverside. Way down by the riverside. This is unity with a beat. The riverside, down by the riverside. I ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more. Studying every day, looking every way for miracles. Hey, Francesco, do a little whistling for us. Verse where we say we're feeling love, okay? 1, 2. We'll be feeling love from one and all. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. And we'll pray together before we go. Down by the riverside. Down by the riverside. Looking every day for miracles to come my Let's do it one more time. Well, I ain't gonna study war no more. Study war no more. Study war no more. I've been looking every day, looking every way for miracles to come my way. We're gonna be swimming. We'll be swimming in the flow, down by the riverside, way down by the riverside, way down by the riverside, floating and away we go, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Right now.
We did that swimmingly.
Well, thank you, John and choir. You know, my colleagues in ministry, they wonder how we can have such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful music program for a fairly small Unity church. You're noteworthy. Noteworthy. And today, I sort of feel like a ham sandwich. I'm sandwiched in between two great speakers. We have Ann Hudgens and Leanne Gable next week. What do you think of that? And I'm going to follow through, just as Ann said, on the last two talks. We had Peter Parnick and Ann Hudgens, and they talked about unity and some of our beliefs. And Ann showed you some of the, the 5 spiritual principles and our purpose and our vision statements. Well, you're in for a treat, because I'm going to go from Neil Donald Walsh, which was the author of the book that was mentioned a couple of weeks ago, who is also a Unity person. He's a spiritual leader of a Unity church in Oregon. I'm going to go all the way back 7 centuries and see if I can reveal to you the antecedents, where Unity thought comes from, what this thing that we believe is. It's not something we just made up recently. Because the guy that I'm going to talk about, all right, that is Meister Eckhart. The 1300s, the 14th century. And Meister Eckhart was a Dominican priest and a mystic whose words still shimmer with relevance. Because Eckhart once said, we're all meant to be mothers of God, for God is always waiting to be born. Now, the birth of the soul, birth of God in the soul, is probably, some of you saw that as the title today and wondered what that was all about. Sounds kind of daring, even unsettling. But Eckhart wasn't trying to shock us. He was trying to awaken us. He was pointing us towards a truth that resonates deeply within Unity's metaphysical understanding. In fact, he also said, the divine is not outside us, but within us, seeking expression through us. Isn't that what the music that John so wonderfully composed this past week also says? And even Paul, if you go to the scriptures, Paul in Acts 28:24, for in God we live and have our being, is a truth that resonates through many of the mystical traditions, through many centuries. Well, what I'd like to do is kind of set the stage for Meister Eckhart and talk a little bit about the conditions that existed at the time that he was preaching in Germany. First of all, it was the 14th century. It was the time of the Great Famine, called the Black Famine, or Black Death. Fully 1/3 of all of the inhabitants of Europe died during that famine. You see, they didn't have vaccinations. And there's some today that wish we didn't have vaccinations, but you can see the results of not having vaccinations. 1/3 of everyone that lived in that continent of Europe died during that great famine. It was also the time of the great famine because at the time there was climate change. It was called the Little Ice Age. And it got so cold for year after year after year that the crops failed. So widespread famine. It was also the time of the 100 Years' War. And armies battled back and forth across Europe, even in the Ukraine. And that resulted in many, many refugees moving from place to place as the armies advanced throughout the continent. It was a time of political failure. The old system of having individuals work land under the fiefdom system was collapsing. It was the time of the 7 popes that resided at Avignon in France. And those popes were powerful men that ruled that country even above and beyond what the political rulers. But they didn't care much about the people. They're more interested in personal wealth and building palaces. Yes, it was a time. And several historians have written, the social situations in the world in the 14th century could be a parallel to what's happening in the 21st century. So, Eckhart was speaking to a very downtrodden people, but he said, there's hope. There's hope. But the hope is not out there. The hope is within here. So in that world, Eckhart preached a message of interior freedom. He said that spiritual life is not about performing for God or pleasing God or earning God's favor. It's about letting go of everything that blocks the divine from shining through us. To be full of things is to be empty of God. To be empty of things is to be full of God, he said. Unity would call this releasing the false self, the cluttered self, the personality self, or that the Christ within can emerge. Now I wonder what you think of the words I just used. The Christ within. So many times we use Jesus and Christ interchangeably. Jesus was the Christ, not the only Christ, but the two words are complete. And so we need to take out our unity definitions there. The Christ is that spiritual presence that exists in all beings. It exists in you, exists in me, exists in the guy down the street, exists in the homeless, exists in the powerful. The Christ exists everywhere. But it's not Jesus. Jesus was the Christ, but two different definitions in our unity theology. Here's an example. This is an ancient Celtic saying. It's called the breastplate of St. Patrick. Christ beside me, Christ within me is part of the words of that particular mantra. Eckhart used a powerful word, Gelassenheit. I don't know if you speak German, or you might criticize me for my pronunciation. It means letting go, releasing, allowing, yielding. He taught that the soul becomes spacious when we release our grip on fear and control and ego, the need to be right, the need to be important, the need to defend our identity. In unity language, it means movement from the personality to Christ consciousness. It's a shift from the small self to the true self. Is the inner unclenching that allows spirit to flow through us. So that's what is meant by the birth of God in the soul. And again, in the words of Eckhart, that which was born in Bethlehem is born in the depths of every soul, the Christ. In unity language, the Christ is the divine pattern within us, always seeking expression. It always seeks to be born in every action, every situation, every day within us. Not once, not long ago, but now in every moment. Every moment is a manger. Every heart is a Bethlehem. Every compassionate act is a Christ taking a breath in the world today. So, as we have shown in our Christmas programs here at Unity, Christmas is not a date. It is a state of consciousness. Eckhart said that the greatest obstacle to this is clutter. You know what clutter is. It's what's in my garage. But Eckhart said a pure heart is the one that is unencumbered. It's unworried. Are you worried about situations in the world? A pure heart is one that is unworried, uncommitted, and which does not want its own way about anything. Again, the words of Meister Eckhart: people should not worry so much about what they do, but rather what they are. I could talk about 20 minutes on that one alone. So, clutter of the mind, clutter of the heart, clutter of the ego. He said God is not found in the soul by adding anything, but by subtracting. Unity, we say, we awaken but by becoming more, but by releasing what we are not. Releasing what we are not. So many of the self-definitions that we have of ourselves, we need to release those. We peel away the layers of fear and judgment and self-protection until the radiant divine self, that true self, shines through. Eckhart said that God is not a thing we can even picture or grasp or understand. He said that if you can imagine God, it isn't God. Everything you can think about God is not God. Again, I could speak about 20 minutes on that subject. But unity teaches God is the ground of being. This is what Peter was talking about a couple of weeks ago in the words of Neil Donald Walsh. God is the ground of being. God is the life within life, the love that animates all things. It's what beats your heart. Wow, isn't that a different image of God? This is a very reliable translation of Eckhart's teaching in several sermons, where he insists that God is beyond all mental images. He wanted people to meet the God who is larger than their ideas about God. And unity teaches the same thing. God is not a person in the sky. God is not sitting on the throne somewhere. God is the ground of being, the life within life, the love that animates all things. And when we release our images of God, we discover that presence that cannot be pictured, but can be experienced. So let's take a practical turn in this lesson. In practical terms, how do we live this? Practice eternal stillness, not to escape the world, but to see it clearly. Unity calls us the silence, the place where the Christ within speaks. Release the ego's tight grip. Let go of the need to win, the need to be right, the need to be admired. This is the practice of non-attachment that is taught and practiced by so many of the spiritual traditions of the world. Act from the divine center. Again, a quotation from Meister Eckhart. The outward work can never be small if the inward work is great. When we act from the Christ within, even the smallest act becomes holy. And number 4, trust the divine presence within, not as a metaphor, but as reality. And unity affirms the indwelling Christ is our true nature. It's our primary nature. It's the indwelling Christ. So Eckhart's world was anxious. Eckhart's world was divided. Eckhart's world was one of retribution. So is ours. We have wars. We have racist actions. And his message was a way to outlive and outside of that fear. And to really know deep within, not as head knowledge, but as heart knowledge, that God is not far away. God is not limited to our thoughts, our images. God is within, closer than our breath. God is being born in us, moment by moment, day by day, again and again and again. And our task is so simple. Make room in our hearts. Make room in our day. Make room in our conversations. Make room in our reactions. Make room in our consciousness. The bottom line is, make room for the Christ to be born. Let's go into meditation with that thought. John?
thoughts are prayers. Our thoughts are prayers, and we
always pray. Our thoughts are prayers. So in our meditation, I'd like to return us to the ancient Celtic saying. Would you say this with me? Christ within, Christ before me, Christ behind me, Christ in me, Christ beneath me, Christ above me, Christ on the right, Christ on my left, Christ within hears me. And so in this moment of silence, I'd invite you to possibly close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And I'd like to ask you 3 questions. And let's have about 2 minutes of silence as we ponder these. These are the words that come from 7 centuries ago from a man by the name of Meister Eckhart. And these are his questions. Where in your life is God seeking to be born? What clutter needs to be released? What newness is waiting for your consent? So let's rest in the silence for about 2 minutes.
May the blessings of God rest upon me. May God's peace abide in me. May God's presence illuminate my heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide in you.
So we come to that time in our service where we ask our ushers to come forward. And we hold that evidence of our prosperity and our blessing and our gratitude in our hands. And then we bless it with the words on the screen. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
All right, choir, why don't you come on up? There was a guy who was singing with us for a couple years there and writing great songs, and that was Chris McShay. Yeah, Chris. And so we're going to do a song that he and I wrote here called We Become One.
We become one. We become one. We become one. We become one.
Well, I'm not sure when this song stopped being about you. When old faces were new faces, spirits shining through.
When we speak with the light, souls bright among us, we touch our hearts with our hugs, sharing what has become of us.
We become one. We become one. Shining all together like the rays of the sun. Oh, we become one. Here we go, guys. When we speak to be loved, our souls vibrant and hopeful. Give a piece of our heart, clear and true and wide open. We become one. We become one. Shining all together like the rays of the sun. Oh, we become one. Take it, Peter. We become one. Peter Party. Oh, we become one. We become one. We become one. Well, I'm not sure when this song stopped being about me. Old faces were new faces, spirits shining through. together like the rays of the sun. Oh, we become. Can you all help us out right now? We become one. Yeah. We become one. Shining all together like the rays of the sun. We become one. 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 We become
Okay. This is light.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. Right here on the corner of Lions and Vine. Here on the corner of Lions and Vine. I'm gonna let it shine. Here on the corner of Lions and Vine. I'm gonna let it shine. Here on the corner of Lions and Vine. I'm gonna let it shine. 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 Let it
Love it, love it. You guys are great. Thank you so much. It's been a fun day today. We made, if you can see, what did we make, guys? Show everybody. Made flowers, didn't we? Pretty flowers that we made. And then what else did we do for artwork? We did some hearts and some artwork there. And the bigger kids, we had a little discussion, didn't we? We're having too much fun to discuss too much. What did we discuss?
We discussed the Good Samaritan and just recapped on what it said about, loving thy neighbor.
That was our day.
And each of you that are here today, we thank you for being here, and we also thank all of you that watch us online. I don't know what Peter Barnick did to get 200 and some odd viewers for his lesson. I wonder if there's a billboard outside of town or something. But anyway, we're grateful. We're grateful for each and every one of you as part of this community. So let's all circle up as you're able and close our service. Thank you. I'm going to go in here in the middle of our moment. So together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.